Hello, everybody. Welcome to Algebra 2. For some of you, this might be your last big math class ever. Well, I'm here to try to make that as painless as possible for both you and myself. My name is Mr. May, by the way, if you haven't figured that out yet. I will be joining you in about 4 weeks because I just had my first little newborn, so I'm going to spend some time with them before I come hang out with you and do some math stuff. So I thought I'd just get us kicked off by giving a quick tour of Canvas. You should be familiar with Canvas from the last few years of your life, or at least from last year. I've set it up as easy and painless as possible. I'm serious. I'm trying to make this year go by real smooth for you. The first week or so is just going to be doing the intro stuff, fill out a little survey, telling me about you so I can read about that, how I'm home listening to the child cry. And then you've got some stuff that Miss LaPointe will be taking you through. So just intro level stuff right up there. Then you jump into your first big chapter, which is graphing quadratics. Typically, this is a really easy way to enter into Algebra 2 because you've already learned all this stuff in Algebra 1. Ooh, but you guys would have been learning this stuff right as the pandemic hit. So I'm going to assume you didn't really learn any of it. Fair assumption? Well, the way I'm going to run you through it, and again, seriously, making it as easy as possible, is you're going to have some Khan Academy assignments sprinkled in through here. And your notes for each section is just going to be a video of me doing a couple of the Khan Academy problems so you can see exactly what it is that you need to do. So like this right here, you'll be given in class. And you can just see these are the problems that I go over in the video. So like these are the parabola intro problems that I'll do. And then these are the next video that I'll go over. And so as you get into those, hey, move. You can see this is that first, we might not remember, but this is one of the first problems that was on that last page. So I'll just be going through those problems, and then there's a link that takes you to Khan Academy. Maybe, there it goes. And you do problems that are very similar to the ones that I just went over. So like this should be like one of the ones that I go over in the notes. By the way, I've had in the past students tell me that those links don't always work. So if that is the case, you can just go to Khan Academy, khanacademy.org, and just search it up, whatever, Khan Academy. And once you get here, hit search and look at whatever the name is. So like Parabola's Intro, just write that in here. Parabola's Intro. And it will pop up right there. So if by chance any of the links are broken, you can always just type that in and get to the practice that way. Since I know Khan Academy is uber boring, I've tried to switch it up and every section give you one Khan Academy, which is, by the way, your test will primarily be based off the Khan Academy problems. So I'll take the problems from Khan, change a number, and that's your test. Like that's really it. But to help reinforce them, I've given you extra things like quizzes, and let me go back to modules so I can just skim through them all. The quizzes, if you're not familiar with those, they're like the trivia sets or trivia questions you can do at B-dubs, where it's like timer based and you try to pick out of the 4 options what's the best response, things like that. You've got some worksheets, again, just to switch it up so it's not like you're sitting here doing Khan Academy for 4 weeks before I come back. So each section, there'll be the notes and then some sort of practice to help you reinforce what it is that I went over in those notes and to practice it. Honestly, most of these things shouldn't take more than 15 to 30 minutes. And yeah, I'm aware class is longer than that. And I intend 100% that you should be able to get an assignment done each day and then have some free time. But it does need to be done in that order. Ms. LaPointe should be helping to encourage you to get your assignment done first, and understanding that if you're not working on the assignment, that she doesn't need to sit here and try to force you through it. She can send you straight down to the office and, deal with our administration if that's the route you'd like to go. But, one of the things you'll hear me say a lot once I get back is that this isn't my education, it's your education. And while I know a lot of you guys probably won't ever need Algebra 2, it's like taking your brain to the gym. It's the best analogy I can give. You don't ever plan on doing curls in the gym because I'm going to do this in my life. Like, that's not why you're there, right? You're there to do these ridiculous exercises, these crazy things. We sit there and go, like, "Argh, argh." Why are you doing that? Not because you might need to do this someday, but because you want to build muscles so that they're stronger, they work better, they look better, whatever. It's the same idea here. We're not learning how to graph quadratics because you need to know that in your everyday life to go to the grocery store. You're building your brain as a muscle, which is what it is. It really is a muscle, as that you're giving it a workout, trying to figure out and understand this stuff, so that, one, you can get a high school diploma, but also hopefully you're a better thinker as you leave too. So you've worked through something that's difficult, you've done something challenging, and you're better for it in the future. Is my sales pitch to try to get you to work hard. But at the end of the day, it's a high school requirement. So if you don't do the work, you will not pass the test. Again, I build the test exactly like the work I give you. So if you're not learning it here, you're not going to pass the test, and you're going to end up seeing this beautiful face again next year, which, as much as I know that'd be a delight for you, I don't want to see you again next year. Sorry. I love you. You can come say hi, but I want you to go on and have a more interesting, fun experience rather than repeating my class. So please do your work, but it's up to you. I won't force you. Ms. LaPointe shouldn't force you. She should absolutely ask you to leave if you're not going to do your work, which is what I will do as well. We are not babysitters. We are here to facilitate a place for you to learn. So choose wisely. There's a learning cycle, is what I call it. It goes notes, practice, notes, practice, notes, practice, notes, practice, il quizzo. So at the end, you'll have a review and a practice quiz, and then your actual quiz will be given to you on paper. But you can use all of your notes on the quiz, which, by the way, the final quiz that you actually take, that's what makes up your grade. You'll have an exam each trimester, so for your trimester grade, you'll have one exam, probably 3 or 4 quizzes, and that is it. Like, I'm not checking homework. Again, it is up to you to do your assignments so that you do well on that quiz. But understand what that means then is all of the weight of your grade falls on your tests and quizzes. So if you don't do any of your assignments and you tank one quiz, I'll see you next year. You have to do well on those tests and quizzes. So make sure that you are spending the time forcing yourself, as much as you might not want to go through and do the work, so that when you get to the end of the chapter, you know how to do this stuff. If you don't know how to do the review, you will not do well on the quiz or test. Absolutely. I've done this for 12 years now, getting up there. And I can just tell you, year after year, that's what I see, is that people who do well in the review, that sit down and they know how to do the stuff the day before the test, turns out then they know how to do it on the test. But if you get to the end of the chapter, you don't know what you're doing, you better be panicking, because there's no wiggle room. You do bad on the quizzes, you're going to do bad on the test. So practice, 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 work hard. Email me with questions if you have any questions along the way. You don't know how something works, you can't access something, it's giving you problems. I won't check my email every day, but I'll try to check it every couple days, when in between baby screaming at me and me trying to sleep and changing poopy diapers and all that noise and fun that I'll be having and you'll be having. Feel free to send me an email. It's my email right there, bmay@hamiltonschools.us. Let me know if you need anything, and I will see you all in a few weeks. Bye.